My name is Philip, and I'm sitting here with Cheryl Evans and Shelley Levitt. And Cheryl and Shelley both partook in the All-Star Game festivities at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City about 2 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. And their story is pretty unique, I think, for the Texas Panhandle, and I thought maybe they would tell us a little bit about it. So, Cheryl, what do you do for a living?
I'm the facility manager at Southwest Church of Christ, and just manage the building.
Awesome. What do you do, Shelley?
I work with kids with special needs in Dumas.
Right. Now tell us a little bit about how you both found out about the fact that there were jobs available to work at the All-Star Game this year.
Well, I was on the internet with Major League Baseball, and I saw where they wanted volunteers for the All-Star Game, and I thought, well, that's interesting. So I just checked into it, and you could apply for it. So I sent out emails to all my friends and my relatives, and some of us heard back, and we had to fill out a questionnaire, and we sent that back in. And then they called us because we were out of town, and Shelley actually got a call back too. And they interviewed us by phone, and then they said, well, you'll be hearing from us. And then we started getting emails that we were accepted. So
They had to do a full background check on us, and they just asked if if you can walk and talk and live.
that's just
more
what we
than-
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there any type of criteria they were looking for, any kind of background, maybe related to sports that might have helped you? Or?
Well, they sent out an email later on where we were accepted to be on, we were special volunteers is what it said, that they needed able-bodied people to push a stage. And I thought, well, here I am 62 years old, I don't know how I should know I was able-bodied. But when I did my phone interview, we talked about sports, why was I going to do this? And I said I love baseball, and I just got to talking, and my uncle, Joe Macco, has been with the Texas Rangers since they came to Arlington. He was with the Dallas-Fort Worth Spurs before that. He's been in professional baseball all his life. And so we talked a lot about him, and he's still employed by the Rangers. He's the oldest employee right now. I think he's 82, 83
Yeah.
anyway. So, we have a background in baseball, but in talking more with the lady that actually recruited us, she said that all of us were chosen because of something in our background. It was sports related, or we had a sports management degree or something. So that's all we know. We just assume it was because of Uncle Joe.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I worked for the Amarillo Texans all 5 years that they were here. And Mike Macco, Joe's son, came and played for him.
In an email, she said, I need people that won't freak when the freak walks by. And Shelley and I were like, who's the freak?
I think
if it's not a Texas Ranger, we don't
care. We agreed to that, and we said, yeah, we'd be fine. But later on, I found out Zach Brown band was going to be there like 2 days before, and I was like, I don't know if I can handle myself. I'm going to have to back out.
When did you get there relative to the actual game itself?
We had to be there on Thursday before the game for a meeting. It was the mandatory meeting for all the volunteers, and there were 2,000 volunteers, and while we were 2 of 20 that were chosen to be on the field, that was
all that was allowed on the field.
But we had to be downtown at noon on Thursday for this meeting, and they told us we'd be trained and all this kind of stuff. They handed us our shirt and hat and
get some credentials.
and that kind of stuff, and that was basically all.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
We're so happy you're here.
And they divided up the volunteers, like some would be at hotels, some were at the airport, some did transportation. It wasn't just right there at the game. So, and we were supposed to work the celebrity softball game on Sunday and the home run derby on Monday. And we were something with this stage in the pregame ceremonies. So that's all we knew. And we knew we had to be there in the morning for a practice and in the evening for the actual event. So Saturday evening we got a call that they had decided they didn't want pregame ceremonies for the celebrity softball game on Sunday. But would we stay and work Tuesday night for the actual game? Oh gee, let us think
Right,
about
I don't know about that. We've already been here so long, I don't know that we could handle one more day, so.
Maybe we said, sure, we'll stay, so, we didn't work from Thursday until Monday.
So you basically were at least witness to some part of all of the events there, is that correct?
They had Fan Fest. Are you familiar with Fan Fest?
I just heard it mentioned when they would talk about it on the
Okay,
television.
it was a big deal at, it wasn't the Kaufman Center, was it?
It's the convention
It's like
center
It's like a
downtown.
big civic center downtown, and they have all these sponsors set up and all these activities and just Major League Baseball, right?
It's huge, it was massive.
It was so much
We-
fun. We got to participate. And
We
just
thought
started out and-
we thought we'd go for a couple hours and just see what it was like and that kind of. We took my 15-year-old daughter with us. She wasn't able to volunteer because she wasn't old enough, but so because we were volunteers, we got free passes to Fan Fest. So we thought, well, we'll go check it out. Well, we were there all day long and we loved it. My 15-year-old loved it.
Well, what else about, besides this part of it, the atmosphere of the whole weekend itself really impressed you?
Oh golly, Kansas City was just, that was a neat place. And it was so easy to get around in. And we got to explore Kansas City, from Thursday until Monday. And we went to Union Station, and the outside of it was all lit up in blue lights just because of the All-Star game. All the fountains were blue, and
The Hallmark Center, all the water was royal blue. I mean, it's all just like the whole town rallied around.
we went out to the stadium that Thursday afternoon
Right.
because we didn't know where we were going. We were just kind of exploring, and they were unloading the Clydesdales, and so we were the only ones out there, so we just watched them do that.
We established you got to see some famous horses. What about famous people?
There were some famous people at Fan Fest that were signing, and we weren't there. I guess
Andre Dawson
we weren't there at the right time, but we did see Raleigh Fingers, and we watched an ESPN thing where they were interviewing Mark McLemore and Jack Morris. Is that his name? Pitcher Jack Morris.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, and so we stood there and watched them, and then Shelley talked to Mark McLemore afterwards, and I guess, off the field, that's all we saw.
So did you get to see Zach Brown for your first
Yes, I did. Matter of fact, we were like this. It was really hard to not just reach out and give him a big old kiss on the cheek. But
Did you say anything to him?
well, they came out. They came out during the home run derby. The first day we were there, they came out and they did the pregame entertainment. I guess they sang a couple of songs, and they brought him out and stood him right in front of us. So where the players come up to go into the dugout, and that kind of stuff, they brought Zach Brown Band out and actually walked him over and stood him in front of us, and immediately they started the national anthem. So no, we really didn't get to talk to him. We did a little bit. I mean, I told one of them that I just really like their music and that it was really hard to sit here and contain myself even though I'm supposed to. And he laughed at me, and then they went out and sang their songs, and they let him off away from us. I guess maybe they were afraid of me at that point. I don't know.
Well,
But no, I was playing.
They had to get down off the back of the stage,
Yeah.
and there were speakers in front of the stage that they had to get off real quick, and so it was hard, the logistics to move everything at once, and people trying to go the other way.
And then we had to go out and move the stage back off. But player-wise, we got to see Napoli, we got to see Mike Maddox, and we
Trout,
yes.
Reyes, Verlander. Those were the guys that all were pretty close to us. We saw Hamilton.
Yes. The time that we were out on the field was very fast. I mean, they sang 2 songs. We were done.
Well, it sounds like it was a lot of fun.
It was very fun.
It was so
Lots
much
of fun.
fun.
Lots of memories.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sitting down and telling us what else.
Sure.
Yep. Thank you.